The Knicks woke up this morning after a gutsy win at MSG yesterday. Up 2-0 in the series, but with question marks. And they got good news and bad news about the injury on the injury front. It looks like Brunson's going to be fine. He said he was fine. And, you know, he's not going to be a question. He said the foot's feeling better. He's healing up. He should be ready to go for game 3. OG Anunoby is questionable. I'd say doubtful for game 3. It's a hamstring. They're still calling it a sore hamstring. Listen, call whatever you want. A strain, a pull, a sore hamstring. Hamstrings take a while to heal up. I would say he's doubtful for game 3. So that's not good for the Knicks because he was having a fantastic game last night. Rick Carlisle overnight filed 49 grievances with the NBA over last night's game. And they filed 29 that they had held back from game 1. That's 78 grievances in 2 games he's filed. Like, come on. He's being a baby about this. It's physical, yes. Were there some missed calls? Yes. There's missed calls in every game. There's some missed calls. Did they really change the outcome? In game 1, you can argue maybe the screen, but that's not one of the ones that's gonna get looked at because it was technically the right call. We all just had a problem with when it was called and that it's not called consistently. That play, that screen gets set 10 times a game and not called. It got called there in a bad spot. So it wasn't the wrong call. It was just, do you really want to call it there? Halliburton came out in the press conference yesterday and said, we got to play better. The refs aren't the reason we're losing. So his best player is contradicting him. You got to stop whining, Rick Carlisle. You got to stop whining. Your team can't close in the fourth quarter. They had an undermanned Knicks team. Jalen Brunson on 1 foot. No OG. And you got beat. You got dominated in the fourth quarter on the boards, on the offensive boards. You got to stop complaining. This is the playoffs. It's a big man's game in the playoffs. It's physical. And you got to hit shots. And his team's not doing it. And that's why I stick with the Knicks in 5 in this series. And I think they take one of the next 2, probably game 4. If I had to pick, I'd say the Knicks will lose game 3, win game 4. But it looks like the good news, like I said, Brunson seems to be all right. OG, the bad news, doubtful for game 3 with a sore hamstring. We don't know the severity of it, but we'll find out. Knicks up 2-0, heading to Indiana. Rangers tonight as the march through the playoffs for the Knicks and Rangers continue here on Locked Up Sports.